Good afternoon, Christ Community Church. This is Friday, and we're wrapping up the second full week of our quarantine under this pandemic. I pray you are well. We have been lifting you up and have been thinking and remembering you before the Lord. I want to just say a word about a resource that we have, and I want to encourage you as we think about how to have community while we're actually physically separated. I think as Christians, when we think about community and how we might have community during this trying time of the coronavirus, as we're quarantined in our homes, it's a bit daunting and really deflating. So we might ask ourselves, how do we do that? How do we actually have community? I mean, we are really under the sovereign hand of God, and all of us are quarantined in our homes and we can't see each other in person. So we might naturally ask, how is it that we might be able to have community under these circumstances? I think we might be able to get a couple of clues from the Apostle Paul. Let me read from Philippians and Romans. Listen to what the Apostle Paul says in Philippians 3, even as he writes from prison. He says, I thank my God in all my remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine for you all, making my prayer with joy because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now. So as the Apostle Paul writes from prison, he says, every time I remember you, I am praying for you. Then look at what he says in Romans chapter 1, verse 8 and following. He says, first I thank my God through Jesus Christ for all of you, because your faith is proclaimed in all the world. For God is my witness, whom I serve with my spirit in the gospel of his Son, that without ceasing I mention you always in my prayers, asking that somehow by God's will I may now at last succeed in coming to you, for I long to see you. In both of these instances, Paul is longing to see the believers in Philippi and in Rome, but is not able to do so. So, how does the Apostle Paul rectify this lack of embodied fellowship? He prays for them. He lifts them up in prayer. I think for Christians, prayer is the lifeline, especially for those who cannot be together in person. I think all of us know that prayer is many things, but during this time of the pandemic, in our time of separation, it serves as a medium by which we can have fellowship in the Spirit. So let's pray for one another during this pandemic. And whenever the Lord reminds us of one another, let's lift up one another in prayer. Along those lines, I want to suggest a resource to you. For those of you that joined us for our Zoom prayer meeting on Wednesday night, might remember a book that I referenced, Prayer by John Onwuchekwa. Fortunately for us, Crossway, the publisher, has graciously made this book available for free via eBook. So I have attached the link in the email that I am sending out with this video that you can download your own copy on your computer or on your tablet and read along with us. It's a wonderful book. It's really readable and it's wonderfully engaging. Let me read a little passage from this book to you. Prayer, God's prescription for life in a fallen world. Think of prayer as God's prescription for life in a fallen world. This prescription works like any other. Imagine being prescribed a medication for an ailment that's been bothering you. You may leave the doctor's office with nothing but a sheet of paper, but something changes. What causes you to smile even when your present sickness is severe and your circumstances haven't changed? One word: hope. A prescription isn't the medication itself. It merely connects you to the medicine. Your illness may still be bothering you, but the prescription reminds you that your sickness is temporary because you found a solution. Like a prescription, prayer eases our concerns before repairing our circumstances. Take Psalm 13. We're unsure of the exact circumstances that led David to pen this psalm, but everyone who reads it has had similar experiences. Psalm 13 begins with David's depression. Quote, how long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? End quote. But by the end, David is celebrating deliverance. I will sing to the Lord because he has dealt bountifully with me. The psalm is only 6 verses long. How did David go from depression to deliverance that quickly? Not by his circumstances changing, but by taking his concerns to God, asking him to do what he said he would do, and being confident that he would do it. Brothers and sisters, I hope that under this quarantine that you and I would take advantage of this book, Prayer, and that this book would help facilitate our church heading down a road towards prayer as we cry out to the Lord. Christ Community Church, we love you and we care for you. If you have any concerns or any needs, please let us know, even as we're checking in on you. Please stay in touch. Drop us a line that you're doing okay, that everyone's doing fine. And especially, again, to our senior saints, if you need anything, if you need someone to run to the grocery store or to the pharmacy or retrieve your mail, or anything of that nature, please let us know, and we will be glad to provide options for you. All right, we love you. We thank God for you, and we look forward to seeing you again on Sunday. The Lord bless you.